Hello guys and welcome to another Fusion 360 CNC programming tutorial video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I do CNC programming tutorial videos, especially for home Mac and wiki CNC machines using Fusion 360. Okay, I've been wanting to make this video for a long time. I just happen to be very busy at work and at home. So for those who wonder if my channel is dead, my channel is not dead. Um, I don't make videos every day or every week. Okay. Um, the last video that I made was about 3 weeks ago, and it was about how to program how to model and program a front slatted panel for a reception desk. Okay. If you guys want to watch that video, you can check that out. Okay. Um, that front slatted panel was programmed for a pattern rail CNC machine. This is the slatted wall that goes behind the reception desk, okay? And I programmed this for a CMS CNC machine from 1996. That's right, from 1996. I'm not kidding, guys, okay? Um, I ran the parts on that machine, and the parts came out perfect, okay? We have a post processor that works really well for that machine. Um, we can program in Fusion 360 and in Inventor. Okay, so I'm happy to program a machine that old. Okay, and in Fusion 360. Okay, really happy about that. Okay, um, so in this video, I'm gonna show you how to lay the parts flat on the machine tables. Okay, I'm gonna show you um, I'm going to show how to create the setups, and I'm going to show you how to program these parts. Okay. So I'm going to start from scratch. So see right here, I got three sections of that slatted wall. So we got section 3, which is the one on the left. Actually, that's the one on the right. Section 2 is the one in the middle, and we have section 3, which is the one on the left. Okay. Um, I have um I have photos and videos of me running this job on that old CMS CNC machine on my Instagram page. You can follow me there. You can check them out. Okay. Um, so let's go to I have this new CMS CNC setup model. Okay. So this is just a model of the CMS table. So I'm gonna need three tables. So I'm gonna select the machine table. I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna copy. I'm gonna select the new CMS setup, new CMS CNC setup. I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna select paste new. I'm gonna grab this arrow and I can type a distance right here in X. So I'm gonna type 200 inches. I'm working in inches, so I'm gonna show you that. Okay, and that's my second table right there. So I'm gonna select capture position. So I'm gonna click OK, and now I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna repeat paste new. I'm gonna grab this arrow, okay, this arrow right there, and I'm gonna drag it all the way to the right. I'm just gonna type 400, okay. I'm gonna select capture position. I'm gonna click OK, and now I have all three uh, machine tables, okay. Now I can bring that model into a design workspace, okay. So I'm gonna click where it says show data panel. and this is the model wall, and this was modeled in Inventor. Okay, I just got the IPT file and imported that file into Fusion 360. Okay, and how do I know it's an IPT file? Okay, so I'm going to show you here where it says V1. I'm going to click on the arrow. See, it'll drop down, and you see where it says copy.ipt. So this is an IPT file. Okay, so let me close that. Click on the arrow. Now I'm going to right click, and I'm going to select insert into current design. Okay, so I'm going to bring this 3D model here. Okay, so I'm going to select this. I'm going to select proceed. It's giving you a warning, but that's okay. So select proceed. I'm going to hide my data panel. Now I'm gonna rotate this model. So I'm gonna grab this wheel. I'm gonna type 90. Okay, and I'm gonna bring this model all the way down here. So I'm gonna grab this arrow, drag all the way down, or I can type a distance of 300. Okay. Now I'm gonna rotate this model again. So I'm gonna grab that wheel. See the wheel right there. So I'm gonna drag it up, and I'm gonna type 90. Okay. Now I have the models in the right orientation. Okay. Um, Now I'm gonna click OK. Okay, now I got the 3 sections. Okay. Um, you can apply appearance if you want. Okay. This happens to be white oak. So let's go back to the first one, and this was oak. Okay, but I'm not gonna apply much, the appearance here. Okay, so I'm just gonna. I don't want to make this video too long for you guys. So I'm just gonna. I'm gonna bring the left section onto this table right here. Okay. So I'm gonna select move copy. See this icon right here. I'm gonna select that, and instead of selecting each body, okay, I'm gonna put it on top view. Okay, I'm gonna rotate. Instead of me selecting each body, okay, I'm gonna window select that section. Okay, and now I got 4 bodies selected. Okay. Um, these are all bodies. They're not components. Okay. So every time you bring a model into Fusion 360 from a different CAD software, it's always going to be bodies. Okay. If you want to make changes um, to this, then you will have to turn these bodies into components. Okay. So you can start making changes to this model. Okay. Like or edit features. Okay. So now I'm gonna rotate the model. Okay. And you see where it says move type. I'm gonna change the type from free move to point to point. See that? And now it's asking me to select the origin point, which is gonna be. I'm gonna zoom in. It's gonna be this tiny point right there, which is hard to see. Okay, so I'm gonna hold down Control key, and I'm gonna select that point right there. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out. Actually, I'm gonna click on the home icon. See, the origin point has been selected, so I'm gonna click on the home icon. Okay, and I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna hold down Control, and I'm gonna select the blue point right there on the table. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out. Okay, now I got the first section laying flat on that table. Now I'm gonna start doing the middle one and the right one. Okay, so I'm gonna click OK. Okay, but I want to have an offset of 3/8. Okay, let me show you on the first one. See, I have an offset of 3/8. Okay, you see that? There's an offset right here. Um, that's the see right here, and I have some material, so I can have a nice clean cut. Okay, so let's go back to our new CMS CNC setup. So I um, forgot to add the offset. So I'm gonna go back to that. See on my timeline, to the move icon. So I'm gonna right click, edit feature, and where it says move type, I'm gonna change back to free move. Okay. Now I'm gonna grab this arrow pointing up. I'm gonna go up 3/8. So I'm gonna type 0.375, and I'm gonna grab this arrow pointing to the right. And I'm gonna drag it to the right. And I'm gonna type 0.375. Now I have the offset that I want. Okay. So now I'm gonna click OK. And there you go. All right. So let's continue with the rest of the bodies or the sections. Okay. So the second one is gonna be the middle one, which is this guy right here. So I'm gonna actually I'm gonna right click. I'll try to repeat move copy. Okay, that's okay. So I'm gonna select move copy up here, or you can type M on your keyboard. Okay. Now I'm gonna window select the middle section. I'm gonna rotate, and she says 125 bodies. Okay, let me cancel that. Put a home icon. So let me go up here and select move copy, and let me put it on top view. I'm gonna window select this section. It's 115. Okay, it should be 4. Oh, okay, it's selecting I think selecting the sketches and the bodies. Okay, so if you want to see just 4 bodies, I'm gonna select this body, that one, and this one, and that one. Now you're gonna see 4 bodies select. Okay, all right. So don't freak out if you see like 125 or whatever. All right, so I'm just gonna window select um this middle section. Okay, it says 115, so it's including the sketches. I think that's what it is. All right, so just don't freak out, okay, guys. So what's my origin point? Um, I'm gonna rotate the model. My origin point is gonna be this point right here. Okay, and I'm gonna hold down Control, and I don't see the point. Can we go back to free move? Go back to point. Okay, now I see that little blue dot right there. Okay, so I'm gonna hold down Control. I'm gonna select that point. I'm gonna click on the home icon. I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna hold down Control and select that white point right here. Okay, I'm gonna put it on top view. I'm gonna zoom out, and now I'm gonna change back to free move because I want to do the offset. Okay, of 3/8 of an inch. So I'm gonna select this arrow pointing up. I'm gonna type 0.375. Select this one, drag it to the right. I'm gonna type 0.375, and I'm gonna click OK. And there's the middle section. Now let's do the last one. Okay. So I'm gonna right click, repeat move copy. I'm gonna window select that right section. Now it shows four. Okay, now it shows four bodies because let me go back point to point. Okay. Uh, Now I see four bodies. Okay. I don't know what happened to the middle section, but this one got four bodies instead of like 100 whatever. Um, so I'm gonna change my move type from free move to point to point. I'm gonna rotate the model. I'm gonna zoom in, hold down Control, and I'm gonna select this point right there. Let me click on the X. Zoom in. I select that point right there. I'm gonna I'm gonna click on the home icon. I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna hold down Control. Select the blue point right there. I'm gonna zoom up, put it on top view. Okay. And I'm gonna change back to move type free back to free move. Okay. I'm gonna grab this arrow. I'm gonna type 0.375. Use arrow and type 0.375. I'm gonna click OK. And now I have all the parts laying flat on the machine tables. Okay. So it's time to start creating setups and programming this part. So I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna select manufacturer, or I'm gonna escape, or you can right click, and there's a shortcut here where it says workspace, and I'm gonna select manufacturer. Okay, now I'm in the manufacturer workspace. Okay, and I'm gonna start creating the setups. Okay, and my first setup is gonna be I'm gonna start with the left section right here. Okay, so I'm gonna go up here where it says setup. Okay, or I can right click and see where it says shortcuts. I'm gonna go up here where it says new setup. Okay, so I'm gonna select new setup. Let me let me click on the home icon. Okay, see how Fusion 360 is selecting um, like all the bodies and the machine tables. Okay, see this gigantic rectangle. Okay, so I'm gonna have to select these four bodies right here on this table. So under model, I'm gonna click select, and I'm gonna select this body, this one, and that one, and I'm gonna move the WCS right here to this point. So I'm gonna go see where it says Z-axis. I'm gonna select the Z-axis, which is gonna be this top face right there. Okay, and my Y-axis is gonna be this edge, and my box point is gonna be uh it's gonna be right here. So I'm gonna change my origin from stock box point to selected point. So I'm gonna select this point right here. Okay, and I'm gonna flip the y-axis. So I'm gonna click on the green arrow. Okay, now I have the WCS in the right orientation. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom out and on the stock. Okay, I'm not adding any stock. Okay, the post process. This is where you name the program. Okay, I'm gonna name the program left dash section. Okay, you can type a program comment if you want. You can type what MLs you're gonna be using. So I'm gonna type I use a 1/2 inch down cut from Amana. So I'm gonna type 1/2 inch a mana, 2 flute down cut. Okay, so I'm gonna click OK, and here's my setup. And I'm gonna name this setup left section. Okay, so that's my first setup right there. So I'm gonna start programming this setup, and the first operation that I'm gonna use is the 2D pocket. So I'm gonna go here, up here where it says 2D pocket, under 2D menu, and this is a 2D pocket, and this is the 2D adaptive clearance. So they look kind of the same. So it's just a little difference with the see the lines right here. This is the 2D adaptive, okay, and this is a 2D pocket. So I'm gonna select the 2D pocket. I'm gonna select that tool, and I'm gonna go to the CMS tool library, and it's gonna be tool 18, the last one. Okay, this is the mana 2 flute down cut. So I'm gonna select this tool. And I already have the freezing speed set up for that tool. So I got 12,000 RPM, 250 inches per minute. Okay, so I'm gonna select geometry, okay, which is the next tab, and I want to start right here because um, the machine head is on the right side of the machine table, okay. So I don't want to select this phase. The machine's gonna travel all the way to the left and then plunge and start machining. I want the machine to start right here, okay. So it's gonna have a short travel. All right, so I'm gonna select this face, this face, this face, and this face right there. Okay, rotate the model. But you see, selecting these top faces here. That's not what I want. So let me click on the X. Let me zoom in. Select this face. Okay, select this one, this one. So I'm only selecting the top face. So let me click on that. Okay. Select the top face. I'm gonna delete current contour. Okay, yeah, there you have it. Okay, okay. Seems like selecting the top faces. Okay, let's leave it like that, right? We're gonna see if the machine's gonna machine through these pieces right here in the simulation. Okay, so in the section method is tangent. On the height tab, I'm not making any changes. Under passes, I'm gonna uncheck multiple depths, and maximum step over is 75% of the tool diameter. I'm an expression here, so see the 3 dots. I'm gonna click on that, and I'm gonna go to where it says edit expression. I have an expression right here. See, tool diameter times 0.75, so it's gonna be using 75% of the tool diameter. So I'm gonna click OK. I'm just gonna click cancel, and on the linking tab, I'm gonna change from zigzag. I'm gonna change to plunge. I'm gonna click OK, and let's see what we get. Okay, see that? Okay, so it's not gonna machine these parts right here. Okay, so it had to be a bug. But you see these green line. So that's actually a toolpath. So I'm gonna get an over travel error on my screen on that machine. So see, so it's gonna machine here, and the tool's gonna stay down. It's gonna machine air, and then it's gonna go here. So machine. So I have a lot of over travel going on here. So let's fix that. Okay, so I'm gonna right click on the 2D pocket, edit. I'm gonna go down to the linking tab, And I have keep tool down checked. See, I have that. You can minimize this if you want. See, I have 118 inches, 180.11 inches. Uh, you can minimize this if you want. So I'm gonna type a smaller value. So let me type 50 inches. I'm gonna click OK. See what we get. I'm still gonna have over trouble here. Okay, but I should be all right. But I don't want this because it's gonna be cutting air. Okay, so it's adding machining time. So I'm gonna right click on edit, and I'm just gonna uncheck keep tool down. Okay, I'm gonna click OK. So now we're gonna have a better toolpath. See that? So let's simulate this toolpath. So I'm gonna right click, simulate, and if you don't want to see the toolpath, you can just uncheck toolpath right here. Okay, you can uncheck that. And I have see where it says stock. I have transparent check. Okay, so I'm gonna simulate. So it's gonna start there. So it starts machining this section, and then it continues to the next one. Okay, rotate the model a bit so you can see. Let me uncheck transparent. Okay, see this right here? It looks weird. Okay, but that's okay. I think it's because I didn't add any appearance. Okay, you see it's machining these parts right here. Okay, wow. Okay, so something's not right. Let's close this. So it's machining. It's machining through the sections here. So I'm gonna right click. So let's fix that. Let me uncheck that. Click OK. Right click, edit. I didn't have this behavior before when I programmed this job. I don't know why I'm having this right now. Okay, right click, edit, and select this face, this face, this face. Select this one. Okay, let me put on type view. Oops, sorry guys. Let me rotate the model. Okay, now it looks better than before. Okay, so it seems like it got fixed. So let me click OK. Let me see. Yeah, it's still okay, it's still machining through this part right here. Let me right click. Okay, geometry. Let me change the extension method to closest boundary. Let me see if that's gonna fix it. Okay, so that fixed it. So it had to be. Let's go back to it. So right click, edit. So it had to be see extension method had to be set to closest boundary. Okay, you're gonna see these top faces highlighted in blue, and you'll be like, oh my god, it's gonna machine everything here. Okay, so let me click OK. Let's simulate this. Okay, right click, simulate. Okay, let's put it on top view. Okay, okay, that's the big section on the left. Okay, that looks good. All right, so that's how I fixed it. Okay, so um let's continue programming this part. Okay, so so I have the 2D pocket program. I'm gonna close this simulation. So this looks good right here. Now I'm gonna cut the parts out. So I'm gonna use a 2D contour. Um, I'm gonna go up here where it says 2D contour, or I can do this. I can right click and go down to where it says create the right program operation. So I want to go down to where it says 2D milling. I'll select 2D contour, and there it is. So it's gonna keep the same fencing speed and the same tool. So under geometry, I'm gonna click on the X to clear that out. Okay, so so I'm gonna start selecting this. I'm gonna rotate them. I'm gonna select. I'm gonna start selecting this bottom edge there because when the machine finishes, when the machine stops with the machine into the pocket, the machine's gonna it's gonna end right here with the 2D pocket, right? So I want the machine to start doing the 2D contour on this section. So I'm gonna go from left to right. I don't want to start. I don't want to start cutting this section here. So the machine's gonna travel from this point to that point when he's finished doing the 2D pocket. Okay, so I want to start right here. I want to continue here. Okay, with the 2D contour. All right, guys. So I have the bottom edge selected on this part. So next part, I'm gonna select this bottom edge. I'm gonna zoom out. I'm gonna select this one right here. Zoom out, then zoom in. Select this bottom edge, and I'm not cutting all the way through, so I'm gonna leave 32nd of an inch of material. So you can type decimals if you want. You can type fractions if you want. So let's say you don't know. Okay, I don't have a decimal to fraction chart with me, so I don't know. I don't know 1/32 decimals. Okay, so you can type a fraction here. So I'm gonna type 1/32. It's 1/32. Okay, right. I'm gonna click OK. But you see I have a warning here, so I'm gonna right click, edit. Let's fix that. So you see now I have the decimal here. See that? So it's 0.03125. Okay. That's 1/32. So it's gonna leave a 1/32 of material. So under passes, okay, the smoothing tolerance, something happened to it. Somehow it changed. So it's supposed to be the same as tolerance. So I'm gonna copy this. Control C, Control V. Yes, inches. Okay, now they're the same. Finishing smoothing. It's gonna be the same as tolerance. Okay. And on the linking tab, I'm gonna add a ramp, and it's gonna be 15 degrees. And let's go back to passes. I gotta check multiple depths. So I have a maximum roughing step down, okay, of 0.3525 inches, which is 75% of the tool diameter. Okay. So I'm gonna click OK, see what we get. And there's that 2D contour toolpath. Okay. And I'm gonna right click and simulate. Okay. Okay, that looks good. You don't see the material here being machined. That's because I didn't add the material in the setup. And I'm gonna show you how to do that. I mean, that's just in case you want to see the material here. and the back and right here on the side. So I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? So let's go to the left section setup, right click edit, and let me put it on top view. And on the stock, so you're going to select where it says add stock to all size. Okay, so this is working as material if you want, okay? So I want to add 3/8 of material on the left side right here, because that's the offset distance, okay? So that's gonna be it's gonna be a negative value. Actually, it's gonna be a positive value, but it's gonna be on the negative box right here where it says stock minus X offset. So I'm gonna type 0.375. You see, we just added that material there, okay? So I want to add this material here in a Y. So I'm gonna go down to the stock minus Y offset, and I'm gonna type 0.375, and right there, okay? And you can add material here if you want. So let's add so it's gonna be the positive Y. So it's gonna be this guy right here. So I'm gonna type 10 inches, okay? And let's add material here, okay? And let's add 10 inches, okay? So it's gonna be the positive X positive, okay? So I'm gonna type 0.37. Oh, sorry, 10 inches. Type 10, and there you have it. So I'm gonna click OK. And I'm gonna have to regenerate the toolpath. Okay, so I'm gonna right click, um, generate, or you can just hit Control G on your keyboard. Okay, I'm gonna select generate. I'm gonna right click and simulate this setup. Let me put it on transparent. Okay, so in the 2D pocket, and it's gonna use the same tool to do a 2D contour. Now you see the material. So let me uncheck transparent, and you have it. See? Let me rotate and zoom in. You see it's leaving that zoom out. Zoom in. You see it's leaving that 30-second of material right here. Okay. So I'm gonna close this, and that's my first program. Okay, the left section. Now we're gonna program the middle one. I don't want to start from scratch. So I'm just gonna copy and duplicate the setup right here. So I'm gonna select left section setup. I'm gonna right click, and I'm gonna select duplicate, which is down here, or you can just hit Control D on your keyboard. All right, select duplicate, and I'm gonna name this setup middle section. Okay, and I'm gonna right click, edit, and I'm gonna clear everything here. So I'm gonna clear on face, and I'm gonna select this Z right here. That's the Z axis. Click on the X on the Y axis. Select this edge, and I'm gonna click on the X. I'm gonna select this point, and I'm gonna click on the X right here where it says model, and I'm gonna start selecting this body, this one, that one. Okay, and under stock, no changes here. Under post process, I'm gonna name this program middle section. Okay, I'm gonna click OK. This is my second setup. I'm gonna click on the arrow to drop it down. It's gonna reveal the operations, and I want to start editing these operations, right? A 2D pocket and a 2D contour. I'm gonna right click, edit, and under geometry, I'm gonna click on the X to clear that out. And I'm gonna start selecting this face, that one, and that one, this one. Okay, select this one, this one, this one. Okay. Okay, so all the faces have been selected. And I'm not gonna make any changes to the other tabs. I'm not gonna make changes. I'm not gonna make any changes here. Okay, so I'm just gonna click OK, and there's that 2D pocket. All right. Now I'm gonna edit the 2D contour. I'm gonna right click, edit, and on the geometry, I'm gonna click on the X, and I'm gonna rotate. I'm gonna select this edge, this one, zoom out, this one right there, and the last one. Okay, and I'm gonna click OK, and that's it. All right, so I'm gonna simulate this middle section setup. Right click, simulate. Let's put it on top view. I'm gonna play it. Check transparent. Okay, you see, let's go back to the 2D contour, okay, and slow down a bit. Okay, see, it's gonna finish doing the pocket here, and then the machine's gonna retract and travel. See, it's traveling right here. I want the machine to start cutting this part first and then continue to the right. So let's fix that, okay? Let's go to the 2D contour, right click, edit. Under passes, there's this option that says preserve order. So let's check that. Click OK. So I was going to start cutting this part out first, and then it's going to do this one and the last one right there. So let's fix. Let's do the same thing with left section setup. Okay. So now 2D contour, right click, edit. Under passes, let's check preserve order. Click OK. And I have the same thing with the 2D pocket. Right click, edit. Let me just check that under passes. And oh, I don't have that checked, so I'm gonna check where it says preserve order. Click OK. So we're gonna start doing 2D pocket here, the small one right here, and then continue to the left. Okay. And let's do the same thing with the 2D pocket under middle section setup. So right click, edit, and let's go under passes. Check preserve order. Click OK. And that's it. Let's simulate that middle section again. Right click, simulate. So it's gonna start doing the 2D pocket here first. And I'm gonna slow it down a bit. Okay, right there. It's doing the 2D pocket. Okay. Once it's done doing the 2D pocket here, the machine's gonna retract and ramp. It's gonna ramp into this section right here. There you go. You see it? Let's go back. Let's go back there. Slow it down a bit. Okay. Rotate. It's doing 2D pocket. It's gonna stop right here. It's gonna retract, and the machine's gonna travel all the way down here, and it's gonna start doing the perimeter cut of this part. Okay. So it's doing that 15-degree ramp. See right there. Okay, so I'm gonna speed it up. So it's doing that. And that's the second one. And so come back to it. Okay. See, it's doing the step down on one part, and then it's gonna do the step down the second part, and it's gonna come back to this part and do the other step down. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show where that is. Okay. Close this. I'm gonna right click to the contour, edit under passes. Scroll down. See, I have a rough fine. I'm gonna check that. I'm gonna check order by island. So I'm gonna check. See what says order by depth. So it's gonna start doing. It's gonna go down 75% on this one, and then 75% on this one, and it's going to continue, and it's going to come back to this one and do the second step down, and then it's going to continue, okay, with this one, and the last one. So see order by depth, check. I'm going to click OK. Okay, let's put it on top view, and let's simulate that 2D contour. Right click simulate. Right click simulate. So it's going to start doing the 2D contour on this part. Okay, see? And machine's gonna retract and go to the second one. Okay, so that's 75%. Actually, it's doing the entire operation. So it's gonna retract and go to the second one. Okay, retract, go to the third one, and it's gonna retract, go to the fourth one. Okay, that's what it's doing. Okay, see, 75% step down. Okay, which is 75% of the tool diameter. So that's what it's doing. So it's gonna it's gonna do a full perimeter cut on this one right here, and it's gonna go to the second one, and it's gonna go down 75%, and it's gonna go to the third one 75% and 75% to the last one. It's gonna come back and do the final pass. Okay, on this one, and this one. Okay, that's what it's doing. And you see, it's leaving 1/32 of material. Okay, so that looks good right there. So I'm gonna close it. Okay, somehow I duplicated that 2D contour, so I'm gonna right click, delete. I think I deleted the good one. So let me go back to edit, passes, and scroll down. Okay, this is the good one. All right, so order by depth, check, click OK. Now I'm gonna do the same thing with the left section setup, the 2D contour right here. So I'm gonna right click, edit. Under passes, I'm gonna scroll down. I'm gonna check raw final and order by islands. I'm gonna check order by depth. I'm gonna click OK. Okay, so I got the left section and the middle section program. This program, the last one. So I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna duplicate the middle section setup. Okay, I'm gonna go down to duplicate. So I'm gonna select the middle section that we just duplicated. I'm gonna right click, edit, and I'm gonna clear the face. Okay, which says face, Z axis. I'm gonna select this face. Click on the X on the Y axis. Select this this edge for the Y axis. And my WCS origin point, I'm gonna click on the X, select this point right there, and the model, I'm gonna click on the X, and I'm gonna select this model, this one, and that one. And on the post process, I'm gonna change the program name to right section. I'm gonna click OK, and I'm gonna have to edit the 2D pocket and 2D contour, so I'm gonna click on the arrow to drop it down. I'm gonna select the 2D pocket, right click, and I'm gonna go to geometry, click on the X, and zoom out, zoom in, rotate the model, select the face, this face, this face, oops, click on that face again, and I'm gonna select the delete current contour, and select that face. Okay, and you see it's selecting pretty much the entire part. So let's click OK, and we're gonna see the toolpath. And that looks good. See that? So it's got to be a bug in the software. Okay. So as your toolpath looks good. You don't have to worry about these faces being highlighted in blue. Okay. Okay. So that's the 2D pocket. So I'm gonna edit the 2D contour. Right click, edit, geometry. Click on the X. And I'm gonna start right here. Select that edge. This edge. This one and the last one right there. Zoom out. Click OK. And that's it. All right. let's name this setup right section. Hit enter. So I'm gonna right click, simulate. So it's doing the 2D pocket. I'm gonna put on top view. I'm gonna uncheck transparent, and that looks great. Okay, so I'm gonna close this. Okay, and um, I'm not gonna post process this program um, because uh because I don't have a CAD CAM software on a machine because the machine's so old it doesn't have Windows. So I'm not gonna post process and open the program in the CAD CAM software because it doesn't have one, right? But I'm gonna right click and yeah, I'm gonna right click post process and see I have the whoop wop post processor here, and we have okay, I don't see that CMS post process, so I'm gonna select choose from library. I'm gonna show the post processor, which is this one right here. Okay, so I'm gonna select that one. That's the post processor, the works for this machine. Okay, so that's the post processor we use at work. Okay, and see right here, got the file, I got the name and the number, program, and there's a comment right here. Okay, and these are all post properties for that post processor. Okay, okay, and then you're gonna post it, and then it's gonna get posted to the library that you want, and then you can just you can bring that program to the machine. Okay, and cancel. All right, so okay, guys, that's it for this video. I know this was a long video, so I wanted to show you from scratch how to lay the parts flat on the machine tables and how to create the setups, how to program the parts. I know it was a long video. I hope you guys learned something from this video. All right. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to watch a clip of me running this job on that CNC machine, watch the end of the video. Okay. All right, guys. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.